What's going on, guys? JPB Duel here. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. And for today's matchup, I'm bringing you a prankkids versus Numeron Network matchup with me as the prankkids player going first. Now, ideally, you want to start your prankkids combo off of your dropsies or your lamsies. Fansies is okay as well, but usually you do not want to start off of Roxy's. As for why, let's say you start with Thunder Dragon Fusion in your hand and no other card in your hand to push past your opponent's nib. If you start your combo off of Fansies, Lamsies, or Dropsies, once your opponent nibs you on your 5th special, you can use the Thunder Dragon Fusion to go into your Butler because you will have all the materials required for the Butler in your graveyard at that point. So that's another way to push past your opponent's nib. Now, as I was doing this combo on my 5th special, my opponent's side of the field did get highlighted, so I'm thinking maybe he has a nib in his hand. I was okay because I had a crossout, so the combo would not get affected, but keep in mind, your opponent, if they put the activation on, they can nib you once you are at the end of your turn after you're done setting down your cards. And once you set down crossout designate, you cannot activate crossout designate until on your opponent's turn. So you guys will see a play that I'm going to make. I'm going to keep the crossout in my hand and not set down crossout. That was specifically to play past the nib if my opponent did have a nib, so I could crossout designate the nib. But turns out he did not have a nib in his hand, so he mind gamed me successfully, and the crossout is gonna be in my hand without any use. So opponent's draw phase, I activate Bow Wow as always to go into my Butler combo. Now right here, my opponent is gonna make me forcefully activate my Pandemonium. If I see Lightning Storm and my opponent trying to force me to activate my Pandemonium, I'm thinking maybe he has a Kaiju or Imperm or Forbidden Droplet in his hand. Because usually you want a Panda specifically when your opponent is trying to go into a combo or put combo pieces on the field so that they miss their timings of Kaiju or something else. So I go into my Butler, my opponent maxes me, so I cannot put these specials on the field or my prankkids activation from the graveyard. I only activate Dropsies and Lamsies to burn my opponent for 5 and heal myself for 1000. At this point I know he's playing Numeron Network because after imperming my Butler, he goes into Numeron Wall activation to put the Numeron Network on the field, get the gates on the field, goes into battle phase. Now this guy is taking some decent chunk of damage, okay? He will not be able to kill me because we still have the Butler activation in our graveyard. Butler activation in the graveyard, I put one card on the field in defense, so it's not gonna matter even if he tries to kill me with the 8k card. This does not matter to me. Then he links off into the Infiltrate Fortress Megaclops. This card is immune to destruction through battle against any card that is not Xyz, and it cannot be affected by any monster effects unless that monster is an Xyz monster. Really annoying card that Numeron Network players play. But we do have our out for it. I have a Kaiju in my hand, so I proceed to just Kaiju and take the Infiltrate out of the field. Then normal out Dropsies go into my combo. My first main thought when I was going into my combo is thinking, can I kill my opponent this turn? Because as long as I have access to my access code, this guy would die out. Sadly, I did not have pranks on the field, otherwise I could have gone into a token and killed my opponent. And I did not have a way to use my Pandemonium either without tributing my Doodle-Doo that was on the field. So I tribute my Doodle-Doo, target pranks plus Panda in the graveyard, and do the next best thing, which was going into my Predaplan Verte Anaconda and go into my DPE afterwards. So I get a token, go into Link Spider, and then go into my Predaplan Verte Anaconda. As I said before, the next best play after Butler is your DPE play. So with this, I go into my DPE. DPE comes on the field. I'm gonna go into battle phase, kill off the Kaiju, hit him in the face for 500 with my Predaplant, and then I'm gonna use my DPE and pop my opponent's Numeron Network. That way, if he does not have a Numeron Network for the next turn, I'm okay. And even if he has a Numeron Network, I can just use my DPE, pop his Numeron Network again. Standby phase, my DPE comes on the field again. I put it in defense because I know I'm playing against Numeron Network. Right here, I did set my cross out for this turn and I use my cross out to negate his Harpy's Feather Duster. I do not want my back row getting wiped out, so I negate that. Then he activates Raigeki, wipes out my field. I activate DPE, that's okay. He activates another Numeron wall. I'm still okay with this because since I have no monsters on the field, he cannot kill me. He will only deal 4,000 damage to me and then probably go into an Abermax or Appaloosa. I was okay with him going into either of those cards because I could have pushed past those cards since I had a Pranks on the field. So he does go into the Appaloosa, sets down one card, ends his turn. I draw into Lances, so I activate Dasher to special it out. My DPE comes on the field as well in my standby phase. So with this, right here, I know I can kill my opponent, okay? I know I could kill my opponent easily, and since I know he has the Appaloosa on the field with 3 negates, what I do, I normal out my Fansies, instantly link off into my Doodle-Doo. So this way, I can just get my graveyard activations. I could still chain block with my prankkids plays, so I was thinking if the set down card was a Call by the Grave, I would still be safe. I would still have my access code combo. And I was trying to bait out the Appaloosa's negate. Sadly, my opponent did not take that bait. I still have my ways to bait out the Appaloosa's negate. So right here, we start going into our access code combo. So get the token off of the pranks, we go into Nightmare. Nightmare targets the back row face set. So the card I was worried about the most was the back row set card. That card could be an Imperm, could be a Forbidden, so I had to get that card off of the field. So I target that with my Unicorn. He chainlinks his Appaloosa to it to negate my Unicorn, so I chainlink my DPE to that because Appaloosa is a once per chain effect. That card turned out to be Forbidden Droplet, so thankfully we got rid of it. Now we have our access code combo and we could easily kill this guy. So he negates, that is still okay. I just straight up go into my access code combo. Access code hits the field, go into battle phase. I don't even need to pop his Appaloosa. Like just beating over the Appaloosa and that is just gonna win me the game. That's gonna be the end of the game, guys. If you guys do like this kind of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subscribing to my channel for more daily prank and video uploads, and if you guys are interested in the live version of all of this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jpbduel. Link along with my schedule is going to be in the video description itself for you guys to check out. This is JPBduel signing off for today. I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace!